Hey there, how's it going? I hope that you're doing well and having an amazing day. I'm feeling a little tired and a little wired because I've been up all night. My dog has not been feeling well and last night was particularly tough. So I did still want to come on here and talk about kind of what's going on with my makeup bag, what I'm painting, what I'm loving, what I'm wearing, and kind of give you some follow-throughs on some products that I have received for review from Octoly. And also I wanted to answer a couple of questions that I got about my makeup bag that I kind of introduced. I've been loving. I recently did a favorites video where I kind of just talked about things in general of what I'm watching, what I'm wearing, just kind of loving to reach for. And one of the things that I've really just kind of had a lot of fun with lately is a new makeup bag that I got from Amazon, and it's Louis Vuitton inspired from their Damier Bean collection. And this is an affordable toiletry case that you can get on Amazon. If you're interested in this, I'm going to go on and link it in the description box below. It is not trying to be a replica of the brand. The zipper pull is a little bit different. This is a bag charm that I got on Amazon several years ago, but it is still available, so I will link that as well. But I thought this was really fun because, I mean, just to have kind of a little bit of a fancy feel. It looks really pretty on my vanity, but it is also extremely functional. The zipper is really smooth on the top of the bag, so it's easy to open and close. It smushes down and is really great for travel since I go out of town quite frequently. But I just want to show you how wide this opens up. It is very easy to see what's going on in the bottom of the makeup bag, which is great when you're trying to find pencils or when you're trying to find eyeshadow primers or some of those smaller makeup items that can be kind of a pain in the neck to search around for in a makeup bag, especially when you're in a hurry to get ready in the mornings. I know a lot of mornings I'm kind of feeling that myself. So, but I did want to share this with you because there are two very generous slip pockets on the side that are deep enough if you want to store pencils in them. They work really well. Or if you have, if you're a Scentbox subscriber, they fit these travel size, what are these called? I can't even think. My brain is not working for me right now, but the portable atomizers. It is perfect to slide in there, or if you wanted to store foundation bottles or whatnot, they are deep enough. And then you're also given a generous zipper pocket on the other side, which again is wide enough you can put pencils in it, or you can fit some of your compacts if you're afraid of them sliding around, or if you wanted to carry this as a clutch, it's small enough you can fit a compact wallet in here. So just kind of wanted to share that with you because I've really been having a lot of fun with that lately. It looks super pretty on the vanity, and you know, it's just kind of one of those things, like if you take a quick glance at it, it's kind of like, wow, is that a Louis Vuitton? No, it's totally not, and they're not trying to copy, so you don't have to feel like you're you know, doing something wrong by carrying an imposter bag. It's definitely inspired by, but at the same time, it's nice to have an affordable price point, and it's made out of vegan leather if that's something that is important to you. So kind of moving on with what's going on inside of my makeup bag, let's kind of talk about the Octoly things because I've given it all kind of a chance to really compile my thoughts about it. So the first off, something that I have enjoyed immensely. I received the Pure Lip Mist Illuminating Setting Spray through the Octoly website from Pure Cosmetics. As you can see, this has been lovely. I have enjoyed wearing this on a daily basis. I will offer you this tip because if you pick this up at Ulta, Sephora, your favorite makeup retailer, Octoly, I'll include all that information in the description box below. You definitely want to make sure that you shake up this product before you apply it, but it just gives a really nice, gentle mist. It definitely takes down the powderiness of your makeup. And it says on the back that it will help protect your skin against environmental stressors throughout the day. I don't know if the claim to fame is completely accurate on that because, I mean, my skin has still kind of gone through a weird transition period lately and definitely dealing with hormones and whatnot. I've still had kind of similar situations to what I've dealt with in the past, but overall this has been a really nice setting spray, and I like the mister on this, so I wanted to share that with you. I'm still loving it and using it, and at this point, why not? Let's just go on and finish it, you know? All right, now let's get into the second product, and I'm going to be very honest, this product was not the one for me, and maybe it's because I had tremendous high hopes for it, but when I applied for it, it's the Kevyn Aucoin The Expert Mascara. And I mean, Kevyn Aucoin is like one of the most renowned makeup artists. His products have received so much praise through the years that when I saw it, I was just like, oh my gosh, I would love to try it, especially since chemical on products tend to be, you know, definitely more of a luxury expense for our makeup collections. However, that being said, oh my gosh, the outside of this has mascara on it. I guess it will attest to kind of my thoughts on it. But this mascara is just, it's kind of hard to work with. I'll be very, very honest. And there, you know, it kind of tripped me up the first time I saw the wand of this, because as you can see, it kind of has a curve that goes up, and then the bottom portion actually kind of inverts a little bit. The idea of this wand is that the top portion is if you want to add volume to your lashes, and then you use the inverted part to really add some length to your lash line. I like the lengthening side. My lashes are not, you know, I don't want them so long that they're hitting my glasses, because that can be problematic, you know, in its own way. But the volumizing portion of this wand, I am not a fan of. And I say that because the mascara clumps so quickly. It only takes not even 2 passes to get spider web stuck together hot mess all over the lashes. Like I said, it's not the mascara for me. I'm sure that there are other people out there that will rave about this and love it, but for me, it's kind of been a really big pain, because I thought maybe if I give this mascara time to dry out a little bit, maybe it'll get a little bit better. But no, I definitely have to set aside several minutes of my morning routine to make sure that if I have any mascara that flakes off, to let it dry so I can flick it off. My face, it's definitely an issue that my eyelashes will kind of separate and do that spider webby thing, which makes it uncomfortable to remove the mascara. And then obviously it's not a good look to run around and have, like, you know, a wedge in between your eyelashes. It's just, it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me at all. And that really saddens me, because it was a product that I was genuinely looking forward to, but it's way too clumpy of a formula. And even when you pull it out of the tube, I mean, you can see, I've been using it for about a month, but there's like a huge chunk of mascara that's just kind of hanging out over there. And when you try to, like, put it back into the tube, it just clumps and kind of stays there at the top. It's just, it didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. So I am sad that that was a bust, but at the same time, I feel very flattered and grateful that I was given the opportunity to review that mascara. But definitely, I am glad that I didn't go and spend the money on mascara, for sure. So to kind of put things back on a high note again, I actually found my holy grail, a brow product, thanks to Octoly. And so this is my second time to review this pencil, but it's from Pure Cosmetics. I've had tremendous success with Pure Cosmetics products that I've tried in the past. And again, with that setting spray, I'm always excited when they add things onto the Octoly website. But in particular, I am a huge fan of their Arch Nemesis 4-in-1 brow pencil. And the reason that I love it is because I appreciate the convenience of this pencil. And so the first thing that I love about it is the brush. It is the right intensity to come through my brows, where my hairs don't get all scraggly and all over the place, but it's firm enough that I definitely feel like I have a lot of control over my brows as I'm trying to get them ready to be groomed. With the brow pencil, I love the micro thin portion of this, because it's the perfect size to really go in and detail the tail of my brow. It's not a waxy pencil. It doesn't gunk up or leave anything weird. But at the same time, I didn't realize how much I would appreciate this, but when I use micro brow pencils, if it's the only thing that I'm using, I go through them super quickly, because I do have sparse eyebrows. And so as you can see, with the front portion of my brow, it's a much thicker area to need to fill in. And so this pencil automatically includes a larger brow pencil on the other side, and so then I don't have to have a second brow pencil in my makeup bag. And like I said, I didn't realize how much I appreciated the convenience of this until I finished my first brow pencil. And when I was looking around on the Octoly website and I saw that Pure Cosmetics had included these again, I went, absolutely, could I review this? Because I definitely plan to repurchase this in the future, regardless of getting to review it or not. So I wear the shade medium. It is phenomenal, fantastic. It's what I'm wearing in my brows currently. Like I said, I go through with the micro pencil on the tail of my brow, and I go through with this thicker one, and then occasionally I'll touch up with a little bit of espresso eyeshadow to just kind of make my brows a little bit more face framing. But I love, love, love that pencil. Then another thing that I'm reviewing for Octoly, this is another brand that I've had tremendous success with, and that is Clarins. I got their Instant Light Natural Lip Perfector. I have gone through tube after tube of this through the years. This is a product I love to throw in my purse to wear to work out, or if I'm in the car in the morning taking my kids to school and I want just a little something on my lips. This is phenomenal. The taste on it is not overly sweet. It is not sticky where I feel like I have gloss all over my lips, because I'm not a gloss fan. That is something that is, you know, definitely kind of an inconvenience for me when it comes to gloss, but I love this particular product. This is in the shade 01. When you put it on the lips, it is a very, very baby pink. In fact, it's too baby pink to wear with the makeup I have going on right now, since I have kind of a warmer eye with the bronze and like a corally lip. I mean, not corally lip, coral cheeks and like this deep vampy lip. But when I'm just going, you know, without makeup in the car, or I'm going to work out or whatnot, this is beautiful to just kind of give a little bit of softness, to make my lips look poutier and just plumper. But at the same time, it tastes good and it's not going to be a hot mess all over the place, especially when I start sweating, like when I go to work out. So I love, love, love this. And again, I appreciate the opportunity from Clarins to have a chance to review something that I repurchased on my own regardless. You know, it happened to come at a perfect time when I finished my previous one, because I've tried, I think this is my third time to have shade 1 in my collection, and the other time I've had shade 2, and then the berry, the berry shade, which is like more of a kind of a mauve my lips but better tone on my lips, which is perfect if you want to have like a my lips but better and have kind of minimal makeup for the day. So all right, now let's get to what's going on with my face makeup. So starting off, before I apply my makeup, I'm basically going through with a facial mister. It happens to be the Ulta, I guess you could just call it the watermelon spray. I've transported it into an old MAC Fix Plus bottle because I prefer the mister on this, but I just kind of go through and spritz my face before I get going with my makeup. And then in terms of foundation routine, I am wearing a combination of the Maybelline Master Prime, just basic silicone primer, mixed with the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation in the shade 200 or Soft Beige. The Mousse drugstore foundations are my favorite. Like, I loved the Maybelline Dream Matte mousse that came in the tube, and since that has been discontinued, thank you so much for the recommendations on this Rimmel Stay Matte foundation, because I love, love, love this. And I definitely prefer a silicone primer. The Maybelline Master Prime, I don't care one way or the other, like silicone primers. In fact, I think this one's kind of spendy for what it is, because it's like $10 for this tube, because I mean, I went and repurchased it yesterday because I'm getting down to the bottom of this. But honestly, when it comes to a silicone primer, I'm gonna be real honest, even though this is not its intended purpose, I love using the Monistat Chafing Relief Powder Gel as a primer, because it just takes the tiniest little amount, and you can get one of those tubes for like $5 and it gets way more product than this. But it's kind of hard to get your hands on unless you're going to go through and buy it on Amazon or whatnot. So just kind of sidebar, but I have been loving, loving, loving this combination. And the way that I've been applying it, I took a tip from Hannah, or Smoky Glow, talking about using a brush to stipple in her foundation. I picked up the Real Techniques foundation brush. It came in, I forget what that collection is, but it has kind of that silver and purple brush situation. I really do like this. I don't like rubbing it into my skin. It definitely leaves a lot of like really, really obvious brush marks, but stippling this into my skin is fantastic. And then I go through like Hannah does with a dampened Real Techniques sponge and just kind of blend everything into my skin. It is really, really beautiful and gives me a flawless finish all day long. I love that. Then concealer. I have heard so much hype about the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and then when people started talking about its drugstore alternative, I thought, why not? Let's jump on it. So From what I've heard, I've never tried the Tarte Shape Tape, so I don't know. But its drugstore counterpart is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. I have the shade Light Vanilla. This is really, really, really nice. It does smell like wet paint, so if you tried the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation that came out not too long ago, I know I went through several bottles of that. It smelled like wet paint. This definitely smells very similar, but I like that it's a full coverage concealer, but it's not gonna leave your under eyes dry and crepey. I've had a great experience with it so far. The doe foot applicator is nice and flexible. So if you need to get into corners like doing around your nose, or if you have some acne spots, or you're trying to clean up your lip line, or you're trying to clean up near your eyebrows, this is a really, really lovely concealer. And like I said, it's not too heavy, even though it is definitely a full coverage concealer. So when I finish this tube, I'm definitely considering repurchasing it in the future. So that was kind of a really, really fun find. Then in terms of powder, I've actually had this on my radar for a very long time, and that is the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder in just the translucent shade. I bought the mini size for 20 bucks, which was kind of like a little spendy for powder. When you open up the powder, the reason I thought, okay, I'm willing to pay $20 for this is because it has kind of this mesh sifter, and what you do is you take your powder brush, I'm using an e.l.f. Kabuki, and I press the brush into the product, and when you apply it to your face, it actually gives off a cooling sensation. It's really kind of weird, but it's kind of nice. It's like refreshing. It does feel really, really good. And so since I like this powder, I wanted to try it for so long because I did hear, you know, reviews here and there, not, you know, hyped up like a lot of other products that we see on YouTube, but I heard enough of opinion about it that I was like, I might want to try that. And so since I liked this, Ulta actually included the full size in the 21 Days of Beauty. It's normally like $40, which I'm not willing to spend on a powder like this because I also heard it dries out really quick. But with the 21 Days of Beauty, since they offered it for 50% off, I did go on and pick up the large powder. And I do have to say, if you're going to buy this powder, definitely start incorporating it immediately. Don't let it sit in your collection. But I do appreciate that when you open up the larger version, they give you not only the mesh sifter on the inside, but you also get a hard plastic top to just make sure that that moisture is locked in, and that way your powder will hold up a little bit longer than just drying out immediately once you open it and let it sit in your collection. So it was definitely worth it. I mean, it sucks that basically the big guy was the same price as the little guy, but at the same time, I've had it on my wish list for so long that I was like, let's do it. Let's splurge and try it out. Will I repurchase it? I don't know. That is to be determined. We'll see how long the big guy lasts, but I am enjoying it. And like I said, it's kind of a cool, like, not to be redundant, but it's a neat sensation to kind of feel that cooling. And if you don't want to use something like a Kabuki brush, I also have tried it with the Real Techniques Kabuki brush. I mean, this is a mammer jammer. This is kind of a pain in the neck to clean, so I don't use that one as much. But I also use a traditional powder brush as well if I don't want to go in with the Kabuki and go through, like if I'm touching up fallout under my eyes from eyeshadow or whatnot, I'll just go in with the powder brush and a little bit of that hydrating powder, and it just feels so, so good. So that was actually kind of a worthwhile purchase, even though it was definitely spendy for powder. So sidebar. I'm wearing the heck out of this bronze eye that's going on my eyes between what's left of my Lorac Pro 2. And I have some Single Ladies from my Single Ladies and my Matte Project pan that are going on between these two palettes. In fact, I will go on and link my most recent updates, and then I've got to pan that palette coming up in the next few days for what's going on with Mocha and Plum out of this palette, so be on the lookout for that. But in terms of shadow bases, overall shadow base, I am loving my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. I have learned my lesson. This is like my go-to staple product. I definitely love that my eyeshadow does not crease. I don't have any crepiness. This is just a fantastic product, and even though it's going to take me forever to pan this, I love it. Love it, love it, love it on a daily basis. On my eyelid, I've been wearing a Juvia's Place eyeshadow that has kind of an orangey tint to it. It's very similar to the Adorned shade from the Anastasia Subculture palette. And so what I do is I kind of tone it down a little bit by wearing a bronze eye crayon on my lids. And so I had a NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in the shade French Fries that I used a ton of it. It eventually got to the point where it expired. I had to throw it out. I'm currently using my Lancome Ombre Hypno Stilo in the shade Bronze, which is essentially the same shade. It's a little bit darker in the tube than it is in person on the eyes, but they're essentially the same shade. And so what I do is I go through with this on my lid. I go over with that Juvia's Place shadow and then do the rest of my eye makeup. It is just beautiful. Since I am going on to pan as much bronze eyeshadow out of my collection as I can before the end of the year, I did go and pick up a backup of the French Fries eye pencil to move into once I finish this. So I'm gonna enjoy it and just have fun with it and see where we get with it. Then in terms of eyeliner, I have been wearing the Revlon So Fierce vinyl eyeliner in the shade Midnight Mystery. I saw this at Walgreens. It's just another basic, smooth black eyeliner. I mean, it caught my attention because it was one of those end cap new displays, and so I figured why not? It's definitely going to be a creamy liner that hasn't been sitting on the shelves for too long. It's a basic black eyeliner. There's nothing to write home about. Like, it's smooth, it's creamy, it's good, fine, whatever, but it's a black eyeliner. Like, there's nothing spectacular about it. You know, it doesn't run all over the place. Great. I still said it with black eyeshadow, but it's a black eyeliner. So there we go. Then in terms of what's going on with my lower lash line, I am wearing what's left of the Revlon Color Stay Cream Gel Pencil in the shade Cashmere Plum. This is the last backup I have. I love this formula of Revlon, and unfortunately you can't find it in stores anymore. I don't know if they still have it on Amazon, but this is the new pencil. It's just a really beautiful aubergine color. I love wearing it on my lower lash line. I set it with the plum shade from my Lorac Pro 2. I love setting it with Rowdy from my Anastasia Subculture palette if I want to wear it as an upper lash line liner, because it's a beautiful way to really make the brown in my eyes pop, but at the same time it has that deep intensity to really make my lower lash line or my upper lash line just stand out and just look gorgeous. So this is the pencil I'm actually working on right now. And then I've got that backup. Like I said, I'm gonna be so sad because it's my last backup, but I love this formula of eyeliner. So we're just gonna go for it and really just rock some purple, purple on my eyes. Then in terms of what's going on, staples, I've got another NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk. I use this for my highlighting on my brows and my brow bone. Love it. I finally gotten to the point where I needed to replace my nude pencil. I'm currently using the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light Clear. I went on and repurchased this because my other one was down to the last little nub. And then in terms of bronzer, I am continuing to pan my NARS Sun Sweat Bronzer in the shade Laguna. I hit pan in this for the Fun in the Sun Project Pan that I participated in, that Alex hosted, so I'll go on and link that finale video. But since I'm at the point where I'm starting to see that plastic grid kind of really come through, I want to see how long it's going to take me to finish this. It has been, you know, it's been a lovely color to wear where it adds just enough warmth to my face, but it's not over the top, and the fact that I can see pan now, like, is just extremely motivating to me to go on and see how long it's going to be before I can finish it. So we're going to go for it. Then in terms of blush, this is actually, I picked this up a little bit over a month ago. There was a display when I was in Walgreens for new Milani blushes. This happens to be in the Sunset Passion Baked Powder Blush. It doesn't look that much different than blushes that they've released in the past, but it was on an end cap display. I bought it around the same time that I bought that black Revlon eye pencil, but it's just a really gorgeous, kind of a fall, dusty, bronzy, mauve with a little bit of a hint of peach on the cheeks. It's very subtle. It's a versatile blush because today I've got it on with a very deep berry lip, but normally I wear it with kind of an orangier lip. We're going to talk about both of those in just a second. But since it was kind of a new blush, I wanted to kind of try it out and see how I feel about this formula. And it really is something to be raved about. I mean, there's tons of hype on the Milani mineralized blushes that people have talked about for years and years and years and years. And it just took me forever to kind of jump on that train. But now that I have, I see the appeal. They go on really well with e.l.f. brushes, and I just kind of dust it onto my cheeks, and it's just a lovely smooth formula that doesn't age my skin. It looks beautiful. It lasts well throughout the day, and that color is just divine. So again, if you're interested in this, it is a new color. It's in number 15 or Sunset Passion. Really, really pretty. But it doesn't look that much different than some of the blushes that they've released. So then in terms of lip products, my everyday go-to that I'm typically reaching for, since I'm going for more of a bronzy eye, we're still dealing with a lot of hot weather, is to wear my Milani lip pencil in the shade Spice. It's just a basic My Lips But Better kind of shade. It has a little bit more warmth to it, with the Maybelline Made For Me lipstick, or what is it? The kind of the universal colors. There's like 5 or 6 colors. This is in the shade 370 or Spice For Me. Like I said, they're in that kind of like universal packaging. Maybe it says on here, no, it just says lipstick color sensational, but it's in like the Made For Me universal shades. And in the packaging, it looks really, really orange and kind of scary. But when you put it on the skin, it has just enough of a brick kind of rust vibe to it that it's really flattering to wear on multiple skin tones. I love pairing it with a bronzy eye in particular, and then that Sunset blush from Milani, or if you have more of a brick blush, it is just stunning. And then that Spice lip liner is perfect to fill in the outer corners of your lips and then go in and line your upper and lower lip. It's just beautiful, beautiful combination. This is my daily go-to. I can't get enough of that combination. And all right, then next, since we're going into fall, I love, 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 love a strong, vampy lip. That is my jam. I just love everything about it. And since I've been wearing this bronze eye, I've really kind of wanted to jump around my lipstick collection, and there has been a lipstick that I've had on my radar for a very long time. I've tried it in different renditions from different brands, and that is Max Diva. It's what I'm wearing currently on my lips, and when they included it in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, I finally got on the bandwagon and got it, because like I said, I've had this color from different brands throughout the years, but I finally got, you know, the gold standard of this shade, and I love it. So I'm including Diva in my makeup bag for the next couple of months, because I just, like I said, I love a good saturated lip. But fun tip, I found a drugstore lip liner that is a match made in heaven with this color. If you're a fan like I am of the NYX Suede lip liners, the shade Vintage is perfect for that shade. Let me show you. Here's the NYX Vintage lip liner. As you can see, it's like Rebel but darker. You definitely want to have more of those deep berry aubergine notes to it, along with the Diva lipstick. Oh, just gorgeous. I'm so excited for fall makeup. And as you can see, Diva has a little bit more berry tone to it, but when you put them on the lips together, I go on and I line my lips with Vintage, and then I fill in the corners, and then go on and fill in my lips with Diva. Beautiful. I love, love, love the combination. And then lastly, if I want just a classic like 90s brown lip, since I've been wearing this, you know, bronze eye again a ton, one of the lip combinations I actually fell in love with when I was wearing a coral and kind of a gray eye was to wear brown lipstick. And so the lip pencil that I love in particular for that is the Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner in the shade Rich Chocolate, because it has a little bit more red to that brown. Let me show you. Here is the Rich Chocolate. Right here, it's more, you can definitely tell in comparison to the orange, it's definitely more brown, and definitely in comparison to the Diva, it is chocolate. And you know, that way you're not feeling like, man, Amber, you picked all the same lip colors. No, they actually are quite different. But my favorite lipstick to wear with it, and I love this formula in general, it's the Revlon Super Lustrous Matte formula. This is the shade number 50, or Superstar Brown. This is definitely one of my top 10 favorite lipsticks of all time, which kind of surprised me because I never thought I would have chosen a brown, but these two together are just beautiful. I love, love, love this combination. It's definitely a coffee bean color. It's not something that I necessarily would have picked out for myself a couple of years ago, but now that I've gotten into wearing brown lipstick, I cannot imagine my lip routine without having one, especially now that we're getting into fall makeup, because it's perfect to wear with mustards, warm browns, with reds, with bricks, with navies, with grays. It's just beautiful. So this is kind of like my fall inspired lip collection kind of going. And I would have included a red, but I wore red lipstick for most of the summer for the Fun in the Sun project pan, and so I'm kind of over the red lipstick for the moment, and I really wanted to go with like truly fall inspired lip products, you know what I mean? All right, so that about wraps it up. I know it's a lot. It's a lot, but I'm enjoying it. I'm just working on painting things and moving some things out of my collection. So if there's anything that you want further information about, whether it's from the Octoly website or store information about prices and whatnot, go on and check my description box below. I will do my best to link everything, including the makeup bag if you want a Louis Vuitton inspired kind of vibe, because like I said, that makeup bag has been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it, and it was really kind of nice that it was so affordable, as well as the bag charm, because like I said, I've had it several years, but it is still available on Amazon. So other than that, I mean, I have updates coming and a Get Ready With Me. I planned to film the Get Ready With Me this morning, but I apologize since I'm running on literally no sleep. I have a day of work ahead of me, and then going in and having class tonight, I'm a little tired. A little tired and a little wired, so that'll be coming. So until next time, take care, have a fantastic day, and I look forward to catching up with you real soon. Adios.